Soul, listen closely. There are encounters that defy explanation. They transcend time, touch your very essence, and rearrange what seemed settled. You were not brought together by chance. Angels whisper your name was written in the heavens before your paths ever crossed. This connection pulsing within you, intense, inexplicable, sometimes painful, holds a purpose greater than you currently realize. His presence in your life is no accident. It is a calling. You were placed in his path, a beacon in his darkest night. A healing touch, unseen yet deeply felt. He, with hidden wounds, met your light, unsure of how to embrace such truth. Angels say, you were chosen to be a mirror, not a burden. To remind him that love still exists, and it wears your face. You awaken in him memories of purity, of the divine, of what he has forgotten. This man, confused and guarded, feels an inner earthquake since your eyes first met. You do not enter silently. You awaken. And awakening hurts. Do not seek answers now. Do not demand immediate reciprocity. His process moves slower, more subtly. But it moves. Where true light shines, darkness cannot long remain. Trust this. A plan is unfolding. You are part of a miracle he does not yet understand. Before I formed you in the womb I knew you, and before you were born I consecrated you. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. Every journey that begins in God's silence is, in reality, a higher calling. A call that isn't heard with your ears, but one that's felt on your skin, in your body, and in memories from unknown depths. You felt it. No imagination involved. It was the universe whispering, pay attention. Without understanding why, you noticed signs. Small, almost imperceptible, yet real. Too many coincidences to be mere chance. This person crossing into your life, with subtle gestures, broken words, eyes communicating more than lips, did not come to fill your emptiness. They came to awaken memories your soul already held. Something about them draws you inward. Not out of need, not out of dependence. It's recognition. Angels say, you knew them before. And they know you too, even if they resist it. This recognition arrives unannounced. Sometimes with a lack of gentleness. It comes crashing down like an avalanche. It disrupts everything. It unravels all you thought you understood about love. Because this isn't ordinary romance. This is destiny. And destinies often collide before they accept one another. You are not called to be their safe haven, not yet. You are called to be the storm that creates awakening. The light that reveals. The hand that guides, not forces. This, dear soul, requires strength. A strength that only the chosen ones possess. You were chosen. Not by them, but by something greater. Something that knows, among many souls, that only yours would dare to stay whole, even while loving someone who doesn't yet know how to love. Have you noticed his hesitation when he's near you? How his eyes seem to wander, searching for words that remain unspoken. This isn't indifference, it's confusion. Not the confusion of someone who feels nothing, but of someone who feels too much, unsure of where to place it all. The angels say, his heart was made for love, but they forgot to teach him trust. So he retreats. So he hides. So he appears absent, even while desiring closeness. He grew up believing that love is a threat. Opening up means pain. Loving means loss. But then you arrived, bringing a new narrative. He just doesn't yet know if he can embrace it. You are a presence that touches without causing harm. a gaze that welcomes without expectation. This disarms him. Before he can surrender, he must confront what he hides, even from himself. This is why the angels are asking for your patience. Not the patience of someone waiting for anything, but of someone who understands the value of what she feels. This story isn't about quick conclusions, it's about deep healing. You are facing a man who is rebuilding. Your light reveals the cracks he never wanted to acknowledge. This is painful, but it also provides liberation. Even if he doesn't say it yet, he feels it. He recognizes that you are different. Your presence feels like home, like truth, like a future. He senses that by your side, he could rest. He could be himself, unmasked and unafraid. But fear still holds him back too tightly. The angels are with him now, surrounding his mind, dismantling old beliefs, whispering courage in his ear, and preparing the way for a new beginning. In the meantime, you need to do nothing. Just keep being yourself. Your essence makes him question, allow, and approach. There is a silent moment that only the soul perceives, when love starts to manifest through self-care. At this point in your journey, angels gently touch your shoulder, saying, "Now it's your time." You don't have to break yourself to fit into his world. You don't have to shrink to accommodate his insecurities. True love never demands the sacrifice of your light. Angels want you to hear this with your heart. Your spiritual mission is not to abandon yourself for him. It is to remain whole while he finds his own path. You can love without losing yourself, and you can wait without fading. Perhaps you've spent sleepless nights trying to understand his silences. Perhaps you've wondered what you did wrong to make him pull away. But what you're experiencing is not rejection, it's a reflection of his inner chaos. The love you offer is so complete that it frightens him. When someone has spent a lifetime surviving in halves, wholeness seems dangerous. So today, the heavens ask something sacred of you. Turn inward. Look tenderly at the woman you are. The one who feels, who waits, who fights, who believes. The one who, even when tired, remains whole. Care for yourself as you care for him in thought. Nourish your soul with kindness. Surround yourself with everything that brings you well-being. Be your own constant presence. Because deep down, what you desire from this love is not salvation, it's recognition. You want to be seen, honored, and chosen, not out of need, but because of your worth. This worth begins now, when you choose to prioritize yourself. Angels say, while you care for yourself, he heals. Everything connects. Your light illuminates his darkest corners, even from a distance. But it must stay bright. Do not dim your light trying to be a beacon. You can guide and protect yourself. This love was not given to consume you, but to reveal you. The deepest revelation is that you are already complete. What comes from another is a blessing, not a necessity. You can love with surrender, but not with renunciation. You can wait, without forgetting to live. In this sacred balance, miracles happen. Something in him recognizes you before your eyes even meet. It's not just a common attraction, it's as if you've activated an ancient code within him. A mirror, perhaps, one that doesn't distort but reveals. Since you appeared, he has known no peace. Not because you demand it, but because your presence brings everything to the surface. The wounded child he hides, the man he aspires to be, the traumas he preferred to forget, and most importantly, the love he never learned how to embrace. You are the reflection of his unhealed parts, which makes him uncomfortable. Loving you is anything but easy, it is transformative. Angels say, you force him to look. to confront shadows, emotional addictions, and patterns that hold him captive. You need not say a word, your light speaks for you. This is why he hesitates. Loving someone like you requires courage, the courage to leave the surface and dive deep, to admit that he has run from the truth his entire life. But something in you allows no escape, your gaze, your calm, your steadfastness even in pain. All of this breaks down the walls he has spent years building. You have become a mirror, not one that massages the ego, but one that shows the soul. He sees you there, and he sees himself too. This is why he sometimes pulls away. Facing you means facing himself. It requires admitting that true love comes not with guarantees, but with depth. And that depth frightens him. Yet angels whisper to him, night after night, that there is nothing to fear. You do not wish to take him away from himself. You wish to help him return home, to his heart, to his essence. Even as he fights it, something within him yields. No soul forgets a mirror that reveals it with love. You are not here to fix him. You are here to remind him who he is, beyond fear. He wordlessly already senses healing in your gaze, forgiveness in your touch, truth in your presence. You are the turning point. He just hasn't yet understood how to handle it. Something silent began to stir within him. Perhaps you don't see it clearly. Perhaps his gestures still seem the same. But there's a detail in his eyes that wasn't there before. A longer pause between words. A different breath when your name is spoken. It is the beginning of awakening. Angels say, the sleeping heart began to listen. Listening to memories he didn't know he had. Listening to desires he suppressed for so long. Listening to love's name in your voice. This doesn't mean everything has changed, not yet. But it means something has been touched. Once touched, it doesn't sleep again. Is he quieter lately? More thoughtful? He is listening to what he never dared to feel. Your presence became a living prayer within him. He misses you before he even leaves. He feels jealousy without wanting to control. He wants to know about you without knowing what to ask. It is new. And new frightens. But he is waking. What awakens within the chest cannot be forgotten. You with your calm light, with your way of existing without demanding, teach him love without prisons. For someone living surrounded by emotional contracts, this is revolutionary. Don't expect grand gestures. Not yet. Awakening starts small, like a seed breaking through the earth from within. But it is real. Angels show this clearly, each time he thinks of you before sleep, each time he dreams of what he hasn't lived, each time he smiles alone remembering a detail of you, his heart reprograms. You are the code, the password, the key. Confused, he has begun to type. He doesn't know what he will find, but he feels it is safe. It is right. It is yours. Angels continue touching his soul. Each touch, invisible, confirms you did not pass through him in vain. The love you planted germinates. It will blossom. Have you ever felt like you're walking in circles with him? Like everything is about to begin, then suddenly goes back to square one? This cycle has a name, a root, a reason. Angels say, his fear is not of you. It is of what you represent. Loving you requires presence, truth, surrender. For someone who learned to hide, this is almost unbearable. So he leaves and returns. He gets closer and then disappears. He smiles and falls silent. It is the struggle of someone who wants to connect but cannot. And you, with your whole heart, try to understand. Try not to blame yourself. Try not to get hurt. But some days, everything feels like too much. Remember this with every part of your soul. His back and forth has nothing to do with your worth. It has to do with his inner demons. He learned to love with fear, to expect abandonment, to distrust peace. Meeting you made all of this feel threatened. You offer no drama. You offer truth. And that truth is frightening. Yet, despite all his resistance, he keeps coming back. Something in you draws him in. It calms him while also unsettling him. It makes him want to flee and stay. The angels are watching this cycle closely. They see no flaws in you. They see surrender, pure love. That is why they continue to strengthen your heart. They whisper, "You are not trapped in a loop. You are helping a heart heal in its own time." I know it's hard, but each return is an attempt, imperfect sure, to approach what he is not yet ready to handle. You are a lesson for him, and lessons require patience. This doesn't mean you should accept anything less than you deserve. It means understanding that some healings do not happen at the pace of desire. Even in this exhausting cycle, there is progress. There is evolution. Seeds are being watered. Love, when it is genuine, finds its way even through labyrinths. The angels assure you, a time will come when he no longer runs away. He will understand that the peace you offer is exactly what he has been searching for while on the run. Not every silence means absence. Sometimes it is fear. Fear of feeling too much. Fear of losing oneself in what finally makes sense. He wants to love, but he does not know how. Angels say, a knot in his chest formed in childhood, never untied. A knot of insecurities, abandonments, words that wounded. With this knot, he tries to love you. You feel his hesitation in details. In the interrupted touch. In the glance that lasts half a second longer. In the almost gesture of affection he cannot sustain. This is not a lack of love. It is excessive protection. For him, loving is a risk. It means shedding the armor that kept him alive for years. It means revealing himself without guarantees. This still terrifies him. Have you noticed? When you approach, he breathes deeper. When you speak of the future, he changes the subject. When you pull away, he comes back. His heart says stay, while his mind screams flee. In this war, you stand. With your pure love. With your will to build. With your presence healing just by being. Even if he does not say it, he knows. He knows you are different. You do not want to trap him. You just want to walk side by side. But for someone used to running, walking feels like a prison. So he needs time. Time to realize you do not want to break down his defenses. You want to embrace his pieces. Time to understand that vulnerability is not weakness. It is a bridge. And you? You must remember that saving him is not your responsibility. Only loving him as wholly as you can. Even if, for now, that means protecting yourself too. Angels care for both of you. They whisper courage into his heart, and hope into yours. They know love exists there. Real love. Love with roots. When he finally accepts he no longer needs to fight, he will discover that loving you is exactly what he needed to return to himself. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in him and he will do this. Psalm 37 verse 5. There are moments when heaven falls silent, but the angels keep speaking. Today they want you to know, a plan exists, grander than your mind can grasp. In this plan, Nothing is out of place. You him this encounter, all orchestrated with details only the divine could conceive. You entered his life as an answer to prayers he didn't even know he was making. He, without realizing it, felt something in you that was inexplicable, only to be experienced. The angels say, God's timing does not delay. He prepares. This is exactly what is happening now. While you wait, something aligns. While you ask why, heaven says trust. Pieces move. Hearts shape. Paths open. You are not alone in this waiting. God guides every step of this story with invisible, steady hands. He knows what you carry in your heart. He knows the nights when everything feels too heavy. He knows the faith you hold, even without guarantees. That is why he moves heaven and earth for this connection to flourish at the right time. Not in anxiety's time, but in the time of spiritual maturity. This man, seemingly distant today, is being guided. Internal battles rage within him that you do not see, yet they are building what will be. God does not make mistakes in paths. If he placed you in this story, purpose exists. This promise is not just a comfort. It is a foundation. Trust that this love, even in silence, is shaped by celestial hands. When the time comes, everything will make sense. Not all truths need to be understood right away. Sometimes, love requires more surrender than comprehension. Now is the time to accept. Accept that not all love is prepared to begin. Not all answers come quickly. There is beauty in waiting, yes, but most importantly, there is strength in remaining. You did what you could. You were a presence, a light, a seed. Now, dear soul, it is time to trust the harvest, even if it shows no signs yet. Angels say, the love that is yours does not get lost. It returns. It may come by different paths. It may arrive in ways you never imagined. But if it's true, it returns. Perhaps he still needs to wander a little longer to find himself. Perhaps he needs to experience disconnections until he realizes that you are always his point of peace. And that's okay. Love is not about controlling time. It's about keeping your heart open, even in silence. You are not weak for feeling deeply. You are strong for continuing to love lightly, even when everything feels heavy. Now is the most sacred part of the journey: surrender. Trust. Letting go without shutting the door. Angels are by your side. They are guarding your heart. They are touching your soul with the same delicacy you used to touch his. They whisper, you are not being abandoned. You are being protected. Protected from what is not yet ready. Protected from half-hearted new beginnings. While he walks toward his own healing, you walk toward yourself. Because the right love, when the time comes, will not fear. It will not hesitate. It will not flee. It will recognize your light. It will honor your patience. And it will find you whole, not because you paused for him, but because you never stopped moving forward for yourself. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1. Receive this truth as a divine seal. What is yours will come. In due time. In the right way. With the love you deserve.